Hey, welcome back to the show. And Keith Anthony Blanchard, we'll call you Keith Blanchard. How you doing, man?
Fantastic.
Good to see you. You're an author, and we were just talking a little bit before in the break. What a fascinating story. Did you feel you were touched to write this book, right?
Yeah, all of my life. Somehow God, spirituality was in my cards, so to speak.
And the book's called For the Love of God, but you felt you were sleeping one night and you got a call in, and tell me how it all came together.
I learned of this holy man who lived in India back in 1998. So I started reading every book I could find about his life. He doesn't write books. People write books about him. He started coming to me in dreams. And out of all the books I've read, when he appears to you in dreams, you're not dreaming. You are actually having an experience. So one night in particular, he says, brings me to a state of consciousness, says, Keith, I want you to come to my ashram in India and experience what you will when you get here. The idea was beautiful and I wanted to, but I wake up rubbing my eyes.
Right.
How am I going to do this? I've never done such a thing. And I said, you know what? I'm going to release this and let it go and let it unfold. 2 weeks later, I get a phone call. Hi, Keith, my name is Debbie. You don't know me, but we have a mutual friend. Hi, Debbie. I hear you want to go to India. I said, this is true. She goes, Keith, I'm a flight attendant. And I got some buddy passes for the year that are about to expire. And I really would not like that to happen, knowing that you want to go to India to seek out this holy man. Can I give you a first-class round-trip ticket? So 2 or 3 months later, I jet off to India and log my entire experience into a tape recorder while I was there. And once I returned, 3 months later, after I got back, I started logging this dictation into a Word document from my tape recorder. I began writing the manuscript. In fact, coincidentally, to use a word, today, the proof copy arrived at my father's house.
Nice. Beautiful cover.
So, thank you. It was a 14-year experience. I didn't write all 14 years, but it's been a 14-year journey, at least this particular book.
So when you show up, what part of India you go to? Is Mumbai?
I went to South India.
Okay.
Mumbai is where I landed.
Right.
And then a jump seat onto another plane, and we flew for quite a few more hours to a very, very remote spot in South India, a place called Puttaparthi. The actual ashram is called Prashanti Nilayam. It stands for the abode of highest peace.
Right. And so, when I think of India, I think of Hindus. I guess there's 1 billion people, and 800 million of them are Hindus.
Yeah.
But this is not a religious thing, more just a God thing,
It's not about a particular path, because all paths are designed to take you to the spiritual supermarket. While I was there on the ashram, understand there are 30,000+ people there daily to experience this little man who is a personification of what I truly believe in my heart of hearts, what we all aspire to. I saw doctors, scientists, plumbers, monks, people from every religious faith wearing every type of religious garb. And the magic about that experience was the unification that happened among all these people, especially when there's so much strife in the world.
Right.
And so that's where the real magic of this man really lies for me. And the message is just one of the most profound messages about unifying love that I've ever.
Yeah, I mean, even the Beatles, when you go back to the 60s and 70s, the Beatles had a trip to India, and George Harrison was really moved by it. Tell me what's in your book, though, and what's exactly, what's your journey about?
The book is about my life from about the ages of 6 years old into present day. It's just about my experience, seeing how something divine walks, talks, acts, and behaves, I think, to give us all the idea of what God, a higher level of living actually looks like. And people, even though he's passed now, he died, coincidentally, 3 years ago on Easter morning, but they still go to the ashram to experience the magic, quote, to use a word, and the power of this avatar, which translates to divine descent. But the book is about my experiences, the miracles that I've seen there. In one day, I have seen more miracles happen in front of my face than most people would see in their entire lifetime. And I've seen this for 2 weeks. And I'm a pretty aware guy. I've been doing this spiritual walk for quite a few years. And I had the blessed opportunity firsthand to be touched by something beyond my own understanding.
Can other people follow your path, or is there a moral lesson that is taught through your book? Or
I would think that the path is do what you love. Doing what you love, if we believe that God is a being of love, it makes sense to me. It doesn't take rocket science that when you do what you love, you are in direct alignment with love itself. Mm-hmm. And so by law, prosperity, abundance, happiness, health, peace, all these things come with that program. So it's about aligning yourself with love, really looking inside for the magic, the power, the divinity, the divine, versus reaching out to some place in space that really does not exist at all. Mm-hmm. Because, we can all say that God lives in us. Right. I guess the question becomes, what are you willing to do to actually plug into that system and become the personification of that by purifying your life, right, purifying yourself to where you become the embodiment of love itself.
Right. So this is actually a story of your story then. Correct. Not so much follow me and I'll show you how to find this.
Yes, but it's more my
just your journey with it. Okay. Yeah. And how long you said it took you to write it? You just started writing it, but it's over a 13-year period then.
I played with it, to use the word, off and on for quite a few years. And from beginning to end, it's been right at 15 years. It will be 15 years in January.
So what's next? I mean, where do we go from here?
I'm actually going to do a tour, hopefully United States tour, possibly around the world, supporting this book, but also my first book, the bestseller, Divine Principle. But I also have a movie that's going to accompany this. We mentioned just a moment ago, Do What You Love. It's a documentary movie about my life as a full-time musician, as an author, someone who's out there living their passion and earning a living at it, because as I mentioned in other interviews before, that there's a stigma, at least in the consciousness of America, that we can't do what we love and earn a living. I hear people all the time say, Keith, I want to be a musician, I can't do it. Right. So you're talking to the wrong guy. Well, I want to be a florist, but I can't do it. Well, you need to go talk to the people who are on the florist down the street.
Right.
So my whole gig is about empowering people with the tools they need so they can live their absolute best life.
Right, because if you do what you love, you never work a day in your life. I know we've all heard that.
That's right.
Although
That's right.
I know my generation, my kids' generations, they'd all just be playing Xbox for a living, right? Because that's what they want to do, But yeah, that's really important to find, or let whoever you feel is guiding you make you go to the right spot too, because we can all think we want to. I want to watch Saints games for a living, Well, not Sunday, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. So
I do.
So that's real. Who's the publisher? And
Self.
Okay.
My own publishing company which is called The Center of Light. It's just part of who I am. It is who I am. I had a sister years ago who passed. And she was my greatest teacher of compassion. And I've seen people criticize her all her life. And I just knew that wasn't the way.
Right.
And by her presence in my life, it taught me the compassion. And now in my journey in life, as I said, is to enlighten people, to make them feel better with a touch, a look, a word, a gesture, just to be present.
Awesome. Let's wrap it up. Where can we buy it? Where can we buy the book?
You can go to keithanthonyblanchard.com. That is my website. It has everything that I'm about there. And the book will probably be ready, let's say a couple weeks.
Right, if you're just getting the first copy.
Yeah, this is the first copy.
Yeah. But so in a couple of weeks, people can get it, make a great Christmas gift.
Absolutely.
All right. Keith Anthony Blanchard, thanks so much for coming by. We appreciate it, man. It's a great story. Merry Christmas to you as well.